Hi theory students. Today we're going to review key signatures. We'll be talking about the order of sharps and flats, as well as talking about which key signatures are associated with major keys and which ones are associated with minor keys. First, the order of sharps. F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. The mnemonic or memory device for this is fat cows go down and eat barley. You may have heard other ones, and it doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you can remember what the order of sharps is. So what this means is that when we have a key signature with sharps, the first sharp will be an F sharp, and on the treble staff it's written there. On the bass staff it's written there. And then from there, F, C, G. Make sure the G here goes on the top of the staff, not on the second line. D, A, E, and B. On the bass staff, it looks the same, except of course, it's on the appropriate notes on the bass staff. C, G, D, A, E, and finally B. The order of flats will be exactly the reverse of the order of sharps. So one good way to remember it, the first four flats form the word bead, and then the last three flats, G, C, F. Some people remember that by greatest common factor. So let's see what that looks like. So here's our treble, here's our bass staff. B, E, A, D, G as in greatest, C as in common, F as in factor. And for bass staff, the profile of that looks just the same as treble, but down a third, of course. At this point, you should have memorized the sharp keys for major, the flat keys for major, the sharp keys for minor, and the flat keys for minor. You may have learned the circle of fifths or other ways to memorize this. Let me show you some shortcuts. For the sharp keys, a good shortcut for major keys is that the last sharp is going to be the leading tone, or in other words, scale degree 7. I'll show you how this works. So here are our sharp keys. If we only had one sharp in the key signature, that of course is the last sharp. It's on F sharp. If that's the leading tone, then go up to the very next note, and that would be G. So this is G major. Add another sharp. The last sharp is C sharp. The next note up from that is D, D major. Add a G sharp. 3 sharps, the last sharp is G sharp. Go up a note, A major. And likewise, if the last sharp is D sharp, it's E major. The last sharp is A sharp, B major, The last sharp is E sharp. That's not F major, but F sharp major. How do we know that it's F sharp and not F? Because when we go up half a step from E sharp, that note here would be an F sharp. We know this because there's already an F sharp in the key signature before this. And likewise, the last sharp, B sharp, a half step higher than B sharp would be a C sharp, and that would be C sharp major. As long as we're dealing with sharps, what about the minor keys? Here, instead of going up to the next note from the last sharp, if we go down to the next note from the last sharp, or in other words, if we take the last sharp as the second scale degree in the minor key, then we can find the tonic. So let's take the bass staff, and you'll see what I mean. If the last sharp is F sharp, go down a step, and the tonic is E, E minor. If the last sharp is C sharp, and if that's scale degree 2, go down a step, and the tonic is B, B minor. If the last sharp is G sharp, go down a step, and the tonic is F sharp, not F, F sharp minor, because a step lower than G sharp is F sharp. Go down a step lower than D sharp, and 4 sharps is C sharp minor. Go a step lower than A sharp, and it's G sharp minor. Go a step lower than E sharp, and it's D sharp minor. And finally, go a step lower than B sharp, and that's A sharp minor. Okay, what about flats? For major keys, the next to last flat is the tonic. Let's see how that works. So here we are. Two flats. The next to last one is B flat, and it's B flat major. If I add one more flat, the next to last flat is now E flat major. The next to last flat is now A flat major. The next to last flat is D flat major. Next to last is G flat major. Next to last is F flat. I'm sorry, next to last is C flat, so C flat major. Okay, finally, the minor keys. This one's a little trickier, but the last flat is a third below the tonic. What this means is take the last flat and go up either from a space to the next space or from a line to the next line. I'll show you how this works. So here's the last flat, B flat. It's on a line. Go up to the next line, bass clef, remember. So that's a D. That's D minor. Add another flat. Go up a third from E flat, and that would be a G, G minor. And likewise, go up a third from A flat, and that's C minor. Go up a third from D flat, and that's F minor. Go up a third from G flat, and it's B flat minor, not B minor, B flat minor, because we already have a B flat earlier in the key signature. Go up a third from C flat, and we're in E flat minor. And finally go up a third from F flat, and that's A flat minor. That's the quick shortcut for determining the key, major or minor, sharps or flats, by looking at the key signatures. That's all for today.